We are now recording.
3, 2. Welcome to Late Night Sports. We're doing another predicting futures in the NBA. We are doing the Grizzlies and the Magic. We're going to start with the Grizzlies. And I think overall in these, Andrew and I have been like pretty similar. But I think in this episode, we're going to be have a little controversy here. Like, I don't think we're going to think the same here. So, Andrew, kick us off with the Memphis Grizzlies.
All right, get going with Memphis Grizzlies. Let's start it off with the guards, or we can just skip the rest of the guards. Who cares about any of the guards on this roster?
I do, because we're talking about the whole teams and predicting their future.
So none of the other guards mean anything to me other than Ja Morant, who is going to be their superstar point guard for the future. It's pretty much as obvious as it can be. Every single thing he did this season is making it seem so obvious what they got. But the second overall pick is a massive W, to say the least. An absolute W.
Yep. They're currently 8th place in the West, 32 and 33. They have a very good point guard off the bench in Tyrus Jones, which that's always a
underrated.
It's always great to have a good point guard. I know the Celtics really didn't do much when they had this player, but I mean, Terry, he was huge for the Celtics. Good to have him come off the bench, start a couple games when they needed him to. So that's a good.
Wait, who? Who the Celtics have?
Terry.
Who?
Rozier.
Oh, Terry Rozier. Oh, I thought you were talking about someone on this roster, and it got me so confused right there.
Oh. All right.
Continue.
And then don't forget about Grayson Allen.
I did. I'm going to keep forgetting about Grayson Allen. I hate Grayson Allen.
Hey, 16.6 minutes per game in 30 games, shooting pretty much 45% from the field, 36% from three.
I'm still sleeping on him. I don't care. I do not like him. But we talked about we got Ja Morant a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked about Jaren Jackson Jr. yet, who is they already have a duo set for the future. This is the most ideal center, power forward, big man. You call him whatever you want to call him that you can get in this modern era. So the guy is 6'11", plays center and power forward, shoots 40% from three on 7 attempts a game, with 17 points per game right now. Only 20 years old, only in his second year. They have their two guys. They got their two guys. In this team, my prediction right now, they will win a title within the next 5. Not sure when they're going to win it, but within the next 5, they will win a title. Big name players are going to want to play with these guys.
You forget the Warriors are coming back next year, right?
I said within the next 5. I didn't say next year, did I?
All right, but the Warriors are coming back. The Warriors are coming back next year.
That's cool.
They're not old.
And they also just traded.
They are not old.
Cool.
Plus, last time I checked, they're in the Western Conference.
That's cool.
You know who's also in the Western Conference?
The Grizzlies.
No, LeBron James is in the Western Conference at the moment.
LeBron can't play forever.
Oh wait, hold on. We're also forgetting someone else here. You know who's also in the Western Conference?
Who?
The Warriors.
We did. Shut up.
And then you also have the Clippers, and you also have Golden State.
You say Golden State. I don't care.
No, bro, they're coming back. They're gonna go on another run.
They have who is playing a little bit of point guard, which is kind of cool how they did it in Miami. They traded for Justice Winslow. I like the pickup because I feel like they can use him off the bench as a guard player, even though they call him a small forward, but they played guard most of the time when he was playing in Miami near the end of it. But that's they traded him for nothing. They gave away like Andre Iguodala, who barely played for them. And then they also have he's a little older. They have Jonas Valanciunas, who's been playing phenomenally. Yep. Absolutely great for them.
He's a little older. He's only 28.
Yeah, but I know. He's a little older than the rest of their really young core. He's averaging
very good
Yeah, 15 and
Field goal
11.
percentage,
15
very
and
good
11.
3-point.
That's all you gotta say.
Yeah,
They're gonna be good.
Their future's bright. Not championship in 5 years bright.
I very much think
Because
so.
it's the NBA and it's a 2 or 1 team race every year. And they're not gonna
And
find
they're gonna
themselves in it.
They
But
will.
I mean, they're gonna get that nice second place trophy in a couple of years, I think.
No.
So up next we have the Orlando Magic, and I think there's a little disputing that's going on here. So Andrew, what's your terrible take here?
They are gonna be average. They will turn out being bad at the end of the next 5 years. At the moment, they will stay average. They will not get better.
What? That's not what you said. Like literally right before we started filming.
Yeah, I thought about it a little more. They have some decent talent They got some okay talent right now, but
Are you
none
kidding me?
of them are gonna turn into no superstar. They ain't making it anywhere past the 7th seed. They're a first round exit every single year.
Well,
And that's gonna end in 3 years.
you might be saying this when we're recording, but right before we were filming, Andrew said they're gonna fall off a cliff.
They are gonna fall off a cliff.
They're currently 8th in the West, 30 and 35.
They're not gonna get better than that.
Let's look at these pieces that they have here. They have DJ Augustine. They have Evan Fournier.
Fournier, can't even pronounce him.
Fournier, however you say his last name. My bad, dude. They have Markelle Fultz, who you do that, but he shot 47% from the field so far this season. They have Aaron Gordon.
Okay.
Let's see who else. They have Jonathan Isaac.
Cool.
Isaac.
So you're just naming the NBA's.
He's only 22. He's only 22. And let's check out these stats for this guy who's only 22, which the guy that you just pointed out was like 20. So he shot 46% from the field, 33% from 3.
Wait a
and
second.
He's a power forward.
Wait a second. Wait, what did you say? Who I pointed out?
Yeah.
You're referring to Jaren Jackson Jr. right now?
Yeah.
I might have to kick you off the show. Genuinely might kick you off the show.
I'm not like shitting on.
We're even comparing the two. The two.
Hey,
Jonathan Isaac isn't nowhere near that.
They're both very young players, and they're nowhere near their ceiling yet.
But you're gonna just compare Jaren Jackson Jr. and Jonathan Isaac. That's beside the fact.
Literally, I'm comparing their age and how they haven't hit their ceiling yet.
But you just said like.
Yes, because you said, "Oh, he's only 20."
Only 20, averaging 17 and like 8.
Okay,
with shooting like 40% from 3. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's nasty, and he's 20.
He is nasty. And guess what? He's only 20. He's nowhere near his ceiling yet. Jonathan Isaac is only 22 and nowhere near his ceiling yet. That's what I'm comparing here.
But I'm saying the talent level is different. I'm making sure you understand that.
Both nowhere near their ceiling.
All right, I'm just saying, John Isaac will not be a star.
My God. I'm done arguing this.
The fact that you even brought their names up in the same sentence is appalling.
All right, and then they also have Nikolai. How do you say his last name?
Nikola Vucevic.
All right.
English is hard, buddy, huh?
Hey, I always have to pronounce these baseball players' names for you. So you can
pronounce
these.
I just know these ones, I guess.
And yeah,
he's their best player. He's their best player. Nikola is the best player.
Yeah.
But he's a low post scorer in a league where that is not useful anymore.
Yeah.
It really just isn't useful.
With averaging 19.5 points per game.
Curry's going to score points. He scored all the points you want.
He's scoring 19.5 of them a game.
Good for him. You know what? He got paid last season. Good for him.
47% from the field.
There's nothing he can do to make this team good. Like, this team is not going to be good.
They also have Aaron Gordon,
who has been getting worse every year, if he seems like at this point.
He's only 24.
He needs to be traded.
We're forgetting one person here that like could be something
Are we
here.
thinking about the song?
Yes, I am thinking about the song.
I got hope.
No, he's only 22. He's in his second year here?
He's almost already considered a bust. I'm not gonna say it this early because it is too early to say it.
Almost 47% from the field.
No, I'm just saying it's almost too early to say, but I want to say it because he isn't getting minutes. He isn't doing well when he's on the court when he is getting those minutes. I don't want to say he has a lot to improve. You can't.
He does, yeah.
You can't
But,
you can't count on a player when he's 21. But
yeah,
I want to.
22.
I really want to. 22, whatever.
How? He's 7 foot. You have to give him time.
Yeah. And this,
Hey, Giannis was
Fair.
not the Greek freak in 2 years.
That's true. Well, wait. See, I didn't want to call him a bust, but for where he was drafted, there's players that are drafted after him that are already much better.
Okay, but he's in his second year.
I know.
You're just gonna give him time.
I am. I didn't want to say it, but I kind of had to say it because he's not playing well. That's
all right. So
whatever.
then with this team, I think they're definitely gonna have to. I'm agreeing with Andrew here. I was kind of thinking the same thing. I think the thing to do is trade Aaron Gordon. You just have to hope. What?
One more thing to say. Get rid of the whole coaching staff, top to bottom. Whole coaching staff needs to be gone. The whole thing. Okay. They've been playing Aaron Gordon wrong for years. They've been absolutely messing his career up. They had to trade him out of there. I don't think he wants to stay anymore, especially with how they've been playing him. And don't get me wrong, the team has talent. But this is no playoff team. Technically to playoff team, but they're Milwaukee's first round.
But it's the NBA, so
if
you're not the 1
long.
or 2 seed,
you don't got
pack your bags, go play golf.
That's not too bad fun. Not too bad.
But yes, so I think if you're Magic, I think you just have to hope for Gordon to have a monstrous year next year, and then trade him.
It's not gonna happen.
Try to get a good return on them. And then I could see them possibly moving up to like that 5th spot in the East, maybe in the next 4 years or so, maybe 3. But you need to trade one of them. You have to get a return. But
you're not going to get anything.
If not, I see them staying at the 7, maybe climbing into the 6th spot.
This team has been notoriously bad for the past 10 seasons. They are not going to get better than
most of these guys were 12, 14 when that was happening, when they started. So
I don't like how.
So you know what that means, Andrew?
What?
They're going to be the ones to turn this thing around.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Make them into the 6th.
I don't believe in their roster. I do not believe what they have going for them.
Seed. Mm-hmm.
And you know what that means?
What?
Notoriously average.
Yeah, well, I highly doubt that. All right, so now let's predict their future. Andrew, you're up first.
I've kind of already said what I've predicted this future to be. An 8th seed at best, nothing higher than an 8th seed. And then they're going to fall off because this talent is not going to be good enough to make them anywhere in the playoffs, and they're too good to get a high draft pick. So they're not going to get any high talent out of the draft. They're not going to be able to sign anybody because no one on the roster who is appealing to anybody. And then there's end up trading everybody away and restarting the process all over again because, they're the Magic and they're just not good.
All right, so I'm kind of a little different here. I can see this if they keep it how it is. I can see them possibly getting to a 6th if they get on some hot runs, maybe the 5th seed. But I think the thing to do is to honestly, you've just got to pray. You got to pray that Aaron Gordon has a good season next year, which is hard. If he doesn't, you're going to have to trade possibly, what's his name, Vucevic?
Yeah, I mean, he decided
you're
to
going to
a
have to
massive
trade
deal
him because their guards, I mean, they could definitely be better, but you're going to need probably you need some forwards here.
Need a lot more than just that, man.
Yeah. They're going to need to trade either Gordon or Vucevic to get into that top half of the East. But I mean, even still, I mean,
Yeah.
I say it all the time. It's whatever team's LeBron on and the Warriors. It's starting to look like the
And they're
Bucks
also not going to
are
be
getting
that
a
good.
mention in there too now. Maybe the Clippers, but I mean, it's like a 3-team race. This year, it's a 2-team race. But so that's my take on it. They're going to be on like a slight incline, but then their like ceiling is the 5th seed for maybe a year with the roster they have, but I think they're going to be like a 6th seed, which that would have them playing as like if they were the 6th seed this year, they'd be playing the Celtics and they'd get dropped off first round.
Oh yeah, definitely.
10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Where they are right now, they're the 8th seed playing the Milwaukee Bucks. That's going to be a sweep and a half.
Oh yeah, exactly. Easy sweep.
Like honestly,
not even gonna watch.
You don't even have to go to Orlando, man. Like honestly,
Milwaukee's gonna stay in Milwaukee for a weekend and
yeah, exactly.
call it off.
I mean, the only thing that like stinks is we are already in Florida. So it's like, I can't make an excuse to not go. But so yeah, I think that brings us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. Give it a like because pretty good episode. I mean, pretty funny guys. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Late Night Sports. Follow our Twitter account at Late Night Sport 1. And until next time, peace.
See ya.